We are live now.
Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, viewers. Thank you for joining today's webinar, curated exclusively for you amidst the COVID-19 lockdown by Team Remarkable Education. We are back today with yet another session on career in transportation design. Transportation is the center of the world. It is the glue of our daily lives. When it goes well, we don't see it. When it goes wrong, it negatively colors our day, makes us feel angry and important, curtails our possibilities. These are few words from Robin Chase. So, to explain it well, this evening we have two very accomplished individuals with us. Their resume is so impressive and their experience as rich as a gold mine. Our speakers are deep rooted in the field of transportation design. Firstly, I would like to introduce our esteemed panelist, Mr. Harshil Dharia, digital designer, alias modeler at Karnavati University. Assistant Professor, Computer Aided Surfacing, Autodesk Alias, teaching 3D modeling, 3D rendering to transportation design students using Autodesk Alias and Autodesk Red. United World Institute of Design, Karnavati University, Gandhinagar, Gujarat, India. Welcome, sir.
Hello.
Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, CorelDRAW 3D software, Rhinoceros, Autodesk Alias, AutoStudio, Autodesk Maya rendering software, Keyshot, Autodesk Showcase, Autodesk Red 3D printing assistance. Lot to say about you, sir.
Thank you.
Our second speaker is Mr. Abhineet Kaushik. He is an industrial designer, transportation designer, product designer, and an academician at UID Karnavati University. He is a graduate in transportation design from the Istituto Europeo di Design, Turin, Italy. He has been associated with the design industry for quite a long time now. He has done thesis with Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, Turin, Italy. He has worked on projects of mobility design, product design, graphic design, and lifestyle accessories design industries. He has also taught for a couple of years in MIT Institute of Design, Pune. With his strong understanding of 2D representation, he is fond of freehand sketching, visual presentation, techniques, and form exploration. His love for teaching and designing has got him into academics. Very warm welcome, Abhineet sir.
Thank you, Lucky.
So I send a very warm welcome to both our panelists and thank you for joining us. If we start with the webinar now, I would like to ask our first question to Mr. Harshil.
Yes.
So what is transportation design and
I think Abhineet sir will be better. Anna?
Yes,
For
sir.
transportation design,
Yeah.
anything if you are designing that takes you from point A to point B. It is not just for the humans. It is if you are designing a thing that is carrying a cargo or taking humans or animals or anything that is doing some transportation work and you are working on it. So you are designing the mode of the transportation. You are a transportation designer. So it is not only the cars, not only the bikes or trains. It is a whole system of transportation.
And what about its scope, sir?
Okay, so the scope, I think there's plenty of things, coming up. Every year we see like at least 50 cars or more than 50 cars launching in every continent around the world. And with the increase in the need of, with the increase in need of the business, the travel, or increasing population, increasing economy, we need to travel. Without traveling, it is not possible to students coming to the college. They need a transportation. If I need to visit a doctor, I need to go to the hospital. Or if you are a traveler, if you want to go to the beaches, you need a vehicle. Or if you want to go abroad to study, you need air travel. So
Right.
for everything, day to day life, you need to travel. So
Right,
that
sir.
is there.
Yes, it is the transport design, I believe, which is connecting remote areas to the city areas now. We are
Yes.
able to penetrate through the routes, and even the villagers are now able to connect to the cities either for education or for jobs or any such purposes. So this is the result of the development of transportation system and the design, of course. Great, sir.
Yes, yes, totally. Because without getting connected to the world or to the outer world, it is not possible to have a better economy or to develop.
And it's a dynamic world. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
So, who any one of you who would like to answer which what topics are taught in a transport design course?
Yeah.
So there are many topics, not
Many.
just
Yeah.
we are not just talking about cars. There are a lot of topics because in the in the initial year, in the initial semesters, we mostly talk about the principles of design, elements of design, principles of design, because be it the transportation design or product design or fashion design or graphic design, whatever it is, so the elements, the principles are the same. Uh,
Yes.
and the golden proportion, because the user is same. User is human beings. So a human being is going to use, be it a graphic thing or just some visual treatment that you are looking at, or some usability of a product you are looking at. So end of the thing, the end user is a human being. So elements are the same. So we teach them the basic elements of design, and after that, after the foundation, we take them to the transportation design, and we teach them the basics of transportation design, and the volume, the proportions, because proportions matter a lot. Uh, and it is not just the same as I said earlier, that it is not just about the cars or the vehicles. Proportions matter in everything. Proportions matter in my shirt that I'm wearing, or the phone that I'm using, or the laptop I'm using. So without proportions and ergonomy, it is not possible for a human being to utilize the product or a service up to the max limit that is possible, the max efficiency.
Right.
So we teach a lot of things, and with that we teach skill sets like sketching, freehand sketching. That is very important for a transportation designer. It is highly needed for a transportation designer. And after sketching, we teach Photoshop rendering. That is the 2D visualization in the digital way. And after that, there is another skill set, that is 3D modeling, that Mr. Harshil is the professional guy for
Okay.
that. And after 3D, we do the we do the clay modeling.
Clay
So
modeling.
clay modeling again is a very important skill set that we need, because whatever you are having in your mind, and then that comes out on the paper, then it comes out on a digital screen, and now you need to take it out in the physical world. So you want to use the sense of the touch. You want to touch the product and see how it feels, how it looks in the real life, how the proportions compared to the 1:1. So we take it to the physical modeling after that. I would like Mr. Harshil Dharia to
Yes.
speak about CAS here.
Cache. Okay. So in cache is mostly we use Autodesk Alias for that. So in Alias, generally to convert your idea into reality, Alias is the most important part of the design process for transportation as well as industrial design. So also for production, if you want to convert your idea into a full developed product, so you need Alias for that. Okay, so in Alias we can do Alias can be useful for your for class A modeling, which class A modeling is a type of model which can be used for production. Also, we can for concept level you can also use Alias for that. Okay. And Abhineet,
Over to you, Lucky.
hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes.
So we have one question from a student. What are the
Okay.
job profiles that I can consider after a transportation design course?
Job profiles are mostly as an exterior designer doing the
Yeah.
car exteriors, or one is interior designer doing the car interiors. Other is
Alias
cast modeler,
modeler,
who is Harshil Bhai, and
clay
doing
modeler.
the 3D models.
Yeah.
And one is clay modeler.
Yeah.
You are full-time clay modeler in a clay lab. And then, other than this, you can join the color and trim department, where they select the interior colors of interior colors, materials that you use in the seating of the car, that you use on the dashboard of the car, and the finish that they use in, like, the lining, in the car lining, the interior lining, they use the finish, they
Cinema.
use chrome, they use stitching, different styles of stitching, they use different styles of pattern. So there's the CMF department that you
Cinema.
can join. And other than this, there are more job profiles, that is joining the bike industry, becoming a bike designer. And then similar profiles in the bikes are there. And then joining the commercial vehicle, that is the trucks or the tractors. So commercial vehicle industry is also there. So there are many profiles that you join after. It is whole and soul your interest that you are going to. Some people are more interested. I have seen some people, they join car, and from day one they join transportation design, and from day one they are interested into bikes, and they are from day one they are doing bikes, and then they join after 4 years. They are joining TVS or Hero Motocorp or Honda two wheelers. So totally up to
Okay.
your interest.
Okay. So I already had this question, which companies hire a candidate in the field of transportation design? So to an extent, you've already answered that.
Yeah. Still, I can detail it out.
Yes.
Here, if we talk about India, so in talking about India and talking about big companies, big names, OEMs. So Maruti Suzuki is there; they are in Gurgaon, and Renault is there in Mumbai, and Hyundai is there; they are in Hyderabad, and Honda is there. Two wheelers, they are in Gurgaon, and Renault is also in Chennai. They have the
Yeah.
Renault Design Academy there. And Mercedes R&D is there, where they are doing the 3D modeling, the CAD modeling.
Yeah.
And Tata Motors is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mahindra is there. So there are many, many
JCB.
brands.
Yeah.
So they all
JCB
JCB
is
big.
is
there in
there.
Pune.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Deere. There are very
John Deere in
many.
Pune.
Yeah. Bajaj.
John
There
Deere
are
is
so
the
many. Yeah.
tractors company. If students they do not know. So there are many, many brands.
Many companies.
So Harshil
Bajaj
sir,
is there.
Yes.
eh, okay. So they are all big names, and everybody's ready to hire a designer, provided
Yeah.
that you have something different in you and you have reached to that level where you can add to the value of the company and its designs and its working, right? So, Harshil sir, is there any difference between transportation design and automobile design, if any?
No, there is not much difference.
There is not much
Tra-
difference.
yeah, you are asking about transportation and automobile, no?
Yes.
Yeah, no, there is not much major difference.
And is there any particular subject that a student needs to pursue since the school time if they want to enter into designing course, the transportation designing course?
Yeah, they can do a basic 3D modeling course or even a sketch, Photoshop or some software related course, or
Oh,
even a sketching, freehand
fine
related
art.
courses they can do. Yeah, fine arts.
Okay. And does it have anything to do with maths like calculations or angles or anything?
No, no,
It's all about designing.
designing. Yes.
Okay. So, what is the eligibility criteria that is required to pursue a transportation design course? Like
For
eligibility in the sense of for entering this transportation design course, that so and so course needs to be done by a student before entering to the designing transportation design course?
Yeah, they can be join. They can join after 12th. No stream is specific. So even if students is from arts, science, or any stream, so
Okay. So
after
they just
12th,
need to have an interest in it.
yes, they need to have an interest. Yeah,
Okay. There's no particular skill
yeah,
that is required.
yeah. Even
Okay.
after diploma, they can join diploma engineering. Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'll ask that question in one of the questions in the last. We were
Okay.
waiting for you to share some uh, software with us. You were going to share something with
Yeah.
us.
We were going to share a presentation. Then we were going to share the model. We planned like that.
So I think we can go ahead with that now.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Abhineet, sir.
Shall I start?
Yes.
Yes, sir,
Yes.
please.
Is it visible to you?
No, sir. Not yet, sir.
Visible now?
Yes, sir.
So here we have a presentation, just giving a brief over the transportation design. What is it? So basically, in transportation design is a part of industrial design. Industrial design is having product design and transportation design. In products, you do daily life products. There are endless possibilities in product. That is from a cell phone, from an electronic gadget to to a kitchen tool, to a bag. So you can do a lot of things in product design. So even I count furniture also as a product. So in products, in product design, you can do a lot of things. Here in transportation design, second is the transportation design, where you can do cars, bikes. You can do train, yacht, and aeroplanes, commercial vehicles, and a system design as well, designing the whole network of how the transportation is going to happen in a particular area. So that also comes in the transportation design. So here there are three major branches that we have in transportation design. That is car design. One is the PYP. PYP is bike, yacht, and train design. And
Okay.
third is the commercial vehicle design. That is the trucks, tractors, and caterpillars. So starting from car design, we have a design process. Like every product goes through a particular design process. When you are using a product, you do not know that how long it has taken to come out to the market. For example, a car takes like 8 to 10 years to come to the market from the time when the project started and to the time when you can buy the car. So it takes almost 10 years, more or less 10 years, 12 years, 8 years, depending on the brand, company, and the market, and depending on the particular model as well. So the design process is like usually in a design studio you get a brief. It could be for a particular market, for a particular segment of the customers, or just it could be a show car, just to put it in an auto expo. So there are different briefs, So you get a brief, and then there's a team of designers. They start ideating. Depending on the brief that they have got. So the initial ideation is more about sketching, the quick sketching. We call it freehand sketching. So
Okay.
you come out with 200 proposals, 300 proposals, sometimes 500 proposals. Every designer coming back to the office, presenting all the proposals. Then they filter out the proposals, and then there are like they filter out the proposals to like 50 proposals or 20 proposals. Then they make the digital renders of those filtered out proposals. Digital renders we make in Photoshop. We use Photoshop for that. And after the third phase, we again filter out, and then we have like three cars or the four proposals, three proposals or the four proposals, something, depending. There is no certain formula. So depending on how many proposals your boss likes or the director of design likes. So then they take it to the 3D modeling. That is, they model it on the system on computer using the 3D model software, that is Autodesk Alias, and then they do the rendering of it. That how is it going to look like in the if it existed in the real life. So there are softwares that render your 3D model like a real
Real
life
life.
car.
Okay.
Then they take the after the 3D modeling, they take the car to physical modeling. That is physical prototype. We use industrial clay. Then we use an armature, and then we put thermocol, and then over that we put industrial clay, and then we model it with using particular tools, professional tools, and using our hand. And then it takes like 3 months, 4 months, 6 months of time. And then after clay modeling, we get to know how the car looks when it is in flash now. And after that, we select one particular car, one particular model, the proposal, and then we take it to the production. And then the engineers come in, the design engineers come in, then they make it, happen to the real world. Then after that. So I am going to show you that what we talked right now, like just a minute back, what we talked, the process. So I'm going to show you the process of a Mercedes car. It is a show car basically. So they developed a car based on that Avatar movie. If you have seen the Avatar movie, so they had the brief of developing a car that is inspired from that particular movie, and taking inspirations for the overall volume, overall shape, how is it going to look like, the proportions. So you can see there are some ideation sketches on the screen.
Right.
After the sketches, you can see they selected the final, some proposals, and then they made the digital renders out of that. So on the top left, you can see there are 3, 4 different sides, and then
Yes.
they are filtering and making cars. If you see the left top sketch on the side of the car is different from the side that you see in the rear view on that right bottom. So you
Yes.
can see they're developing. They're still developing in this phase. And after this, when they finalize that what they want to do, then they come to the 3D modeling here. And Harshil bhai, if you would like
Yes.
to.
Yeah. So, like Abhineet sir said, in transportation we follow the process. So student, or if you're working in a company, so you do the research, user research, or market study. Then it goes to sketching. Then in sketching, we can finalize 2 or 3 concepts. Then it goes to Photoshop rendering. Then in Alias also sometimes we do 2 to 3 variations, because what you sketch won't that might not look good in 3D. So before taking it to production, or before making it into clay model, first we try into Autodesk Alias. So in Alias we generally do concept modeling. This is this. And concept modeling is just for 3D representation, for approval from your boss, or from
From the
your client.
management.
Yeah, from the management. Okay. Next slide. So then your model is then converted into, after adding details, tires, rims. After that model is taken into VRED or any other 3D rendering software. There are very 3D rendering. There are many 3D rendering softwares like Keyshot, Autodesk VRED. Now Blender is a latest trend. Blender is also a good software. In Blender, you can do concept modeling, 3D rendering, even you can do real life animation and all that stuff. Okay, next slide. Okay, so after making a model, that model can then be taken to clay modeling. Abhineet, I'll talk few minutes and take a मैं ये बोलता हूँ. So after clay also sometimes if you can't get the proportion in alias sometimes. So sometimes in industry they use clay model also. So once the clay model is done, again that clay model is scanned, and then again that model is refined in alias, because for production you need to have a alias model. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. So these are the renders, as well as in left on left hand side, these are the real life photos. Okay. अभी video है क्या?
There's a video now of the same car. It is the same show car.
Okay, right.
You can relate the movie now with the car and the environment they have shown, color scheme they have shown.
Okay.
So similarly, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So similarly, we have the bike design after the car design. People are also interested in bikes, so there are usually two different, designers in transportation. That is the usual trend. People who are interested in cars, they are not interested in bike design, or people interested in bike design, they are not interested in car design. The same way. So then we have bike design. Bike design is a little different than the car design, as we do not have a cabin in here. You are not sitting inside an enclosed cabin here. So
Yes.
everything is exposed to the environment, and all the elements are very detailed. If you see, all the technical elements are also exposed. You are also the user is also exposed to the environment, and the technical elements are also exposed to the environment, and it is less safer. So you have to keep in mind the major part of the safety of the rider here as well. And then in bikes, the as the user is exposed, so you have to take care of aerodynamics, especially more in the bike compared to the cars. And then it is a little difficult part in case, I believe, Harshil bhai.
Yeah. Yeah. One of our student has made. So I'll try to show.
So here you can see the details in the we
Yeah.
have put three pictures in the here on the slide. You can see the how detailed the bike is. Everything is having an eye to the detail.
Yes. Quite
After the
correct.
bike comes the yacht. It is totally opposite of what you have seen just a slide back.
Right.
So that was the smallest, mode of transport you can call, just one person or two persons. Here you see 15, 20, 30 people can, travel and live a luxury life as well same time. So here you have a lot of space, luxury quality, and all the facilities that you get in a five-star hotel. So everything is there. It is like a palace on water that you are designing a yacht, a luxury yacht. So then there are many different types of yachts. So yacht designing is having a major part of the interior. So you have to be very good with the interiors while doing the yachts. So after the yacht comes the train design, and train design is again a little different. So it is a collective transportation. So not just one or not just one person or not just one family is traveling. Uh, Almost 300 people are traveling at the same time. So you have to do a public transport that is where people are collectively going from point A to point B. So keeping in mind the need of the mass there, and trying to utilize every possible space that you can to increase the efficiency of the product of the vehicle here. So just an example of that.
Yes.
And then comes the interiors of car design. So again, interiors are very important. It is more important than the exterior of the car, because as a user, I am 90% of the time I am experiencing the interior of my car, not the exterior. When I'm traveling, I'm experiencing the interior. I do not travel on the hood of my car. So
True.
you have to take care of every is minimal or every minimal detail in the interior and every possible need that a person or a user can have. So you need to serve the user with every possible way, and provide as per the customer or as per the segment. If it is a luxury car, you give luxury items, you give luxury materials. If it is a daily commute car, if it is a budget car, you try to cut the cost down and then make the vehicle in a shorter wheelbase, making the maximum utilization of smaller space. So there are many things in the interior. So after the interior, we would like to showcase some student work here. So student work from UID. This is one project that they did for. We got Renault designer here as the master class. So it is a project that one of my student did here. One of our student did in that master class. You can see these are the like the top one on the left is a Photoshop render, that is the 2D, and
Okay.
then you can see the difference. The rest three are the 3D model
3D.
renders. So you
Okay.
can see you can notice a big difference that it doesn't exist in real life, but you get an idea that how would it look like
How?
if it existed.
Right.
Just again, some digital sketches and rendering in Photoshop. Again, here you can see this shoe is having surfaces of an automobile. If you see the clean surfaces having some texture, it is just playing with the product. Playing with you have got some skill. Now you are just going out of the box, trying new things, experimenting. So just some we make students do some lifestyle products as well, just to brush up their visualization skills. Then there is this project of facelift, Harrier facelift.
Okay.
So facelift is something that a car or sorry, or a brand usually they do just to refresh the product that is already in the market, and then there are two three other competitors in the market, and now they want to give a fresh look to the product without spending extra money. So they do the facelift of a car. So in the facelift they change the front and the rear of a car without touching the metal parts. They just change the headlamps, grills, or the bumpers. So here there is this module that we have in semester 5, UID. So this student has worked on this Tata Harrier. You can see he has changed the headlamps, the tail lamps, the bumper, and got a new facelift of the Tata Harrier. Then there is this another student who did this project. Harshil, so I would like you to
Yeah.
take over
Yeah.
as it is
So
in 3D.
this project was also done during the Reno workshop. So here student followed the same process uh, from sketch to 3D. So he has made some interior as well as the exterior. Okay, so okay. This was done by one of our student. Okay. Next slide.
So there is this. We have another approach towards the learning. We also make students go out of the
How can
classroom and experience things. We have different modules in which we make students go out of the classroom and go to the showrooms, go to the parking or experience cars, sketch live sketching, and then take pictures of the car and observe the pictures, how light and shadow are a very important part on a car body surface, how some shadow is making the color look different, how some reflection is making the color look different of the car, and how the proportions matter in real life, how the shut lines are there. So here is one of the video where we took our students to one of the showroom of a car brand, and
Okay.
we made them sketch live. It is called freehand sketching. You can see that his hand is having the free flow.
Yes.
There are a lot of technicalities in a sketch. We just do not sketch, just by looking at the car. Before that, we do some construction of the proportions. We do a base, and then we start sketching the car over that construction.
Okay.
So yeah, that was all for the slide. Hope it gave some idea to the students.
It did, sir. And I think it's quite fascinating to watch all these videos and pictures because what we see in the market is a finished product. But how
Yes.
much work is put behind it and how much work is done over it by so many different people in different fields. That's what makes it a final product. So, and it's an extensive subject. It's not a very conservative or small subject. It's an extensive subject. I think there's a huge scope. But yes, parents and students need to understand that other than the designated fields for students, everybody wants their children to be doctors or engineers or IITians. But I think this is also a great field to explore and work in, and it has a great scope. So, sir, there is one question from our live session, that is there any online course available for it?
uh, Online course, degree courses. I don't think there are degree courses available
no,
online, and
no.
but you can get some skill set
Crash
courses,
course. Yeah, crash
crash
courses.
courses, skill set
Yeah,
courses, but without
Okay.
any degree or without any.
you won't
Uh,
be able to. Yeah,
So, what is the degree in transportation design?
UID offers a bachelor's of design.
bachelor's, bachelor's in design.
Okay,
It's a
bachelor's.
4-year program.
4 years.
4-year program. What is the cutoff, sir, for admission?
that I
That
think
we
it totally depends on year to year. And
under yeah.
And what about the admission process? Somebody wants to know what is the admission process?
admission process is very simple. You need to fill out the registration form of UID, and then we conduct a test, an aptitude test, that is a design aptitude test. That so we have many centers across India where we conduct the test, and so you appear for the test, you give the test, and then you get your result. And if you qualify in the test one, then we call you on campus for the studio test. And if you qualify the interview and the studio test, then you are in. You are welcome.
Okay. Harshil, sir, is there any particular skill that you would advise the students to work upon if they want to join a transportation design course in their school years or
Yeah.
maybe after their 10th class?
I think it will be beneficial if they can do 3D modeling related courses like Maya or very easy one. So I think 3D modeling is a very important part in transportation. Also, even sketching is very much important. So these two are the courses.
So basically, fine arts will also help.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. No, not exactly fine arts. Yeah, but
Not
yeah, it will create an interest. Yeah.
it will create an interest. Any other advice that you would like to give to students or throw some more light in this field so that parents are also confident for sending their kids in this field? You or Abhineet sir, anybody who would like to answer that? Any suggestion for the students?
Suggestions, I think it is not just the drawing part, the sketching part, or just the modeling part. You need to be very active, overall active, and overall interested in. You need to be passionate, and also while doing a project, you do a lot of research work of the market, of the people, or future research. If you are doing a project, you think 50 years ahead of the present time. So you need to have a vision there, and a very good communication skill to go out in the market and do your research, see what is there in the market, to find a problem if there exists some problem. And because basically design is also dealing, solving the problems,
Yes.
and then finding solution with your design. So it is not just the aesthetics of a product or a thing. So yes, you need to be more curious, very good at observation. By that I mean that you observe every word, every detail of a product. Also, when you are using a product, you observe why I'm having my pocket in the shirt on the left side.
Yes.
Question the things like that. Why my buttons are on the right, and then I have the plain on the left in my shirt. Why I have a zip in the winter jackets? Why I do not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Uh, Buttons. Why not? I'm having buttons in my winter jacket. So
Right.
question products. Why there is a certain height or in of a chair, and why a bar stool is having a different height, why a
Right.
couch is having a different height. So you need to question things. Why water bottles having a different size and height, of the that
Bottleneck.
opening cap, and
Yes.
why cold drink is having a different size. So you need to question things. So that observation is very important, and then try to find out the answer. So it all matters in transportation design, because basically it is industrial design. So you are
Yes.
all, and the car is also a product. The difference is there are like thousands of products integrated, and then it becomes the vehicle. There are hand lamps, there are seats inside. There is the AC vents, there is a dashboard, there are many safety equipment, there are wheels, there is a roof. There are many things in a car. So you are designing so many things, and then taking all that together and making one. So question, because nothing is there in a car or in a product that is without a reason. So
Yes.
every product is having, if there is certain shape, certain surface, then there are like 90% in 90% cases that is there because of a reason.
Not like
So
that.
that's the question.
Yeah. It's not just not there just for the sake of being there. Everything
Yes,
has a utility behind it.
yes,
So one has to be a very keen observer of the surroundings, whatever field you are choosing, especially if you're in a designing field. So you have to be a keen observer so that you recognize the problem and then you try to solve it. Yes,
yes,
so questioning is important. Questioning is important. Exploring is important. So I
yes,
think you have put it all across very well. I think parents and students must have understood to a large extent what this field is all about and what is the scope and what is the growth. And to a large extent, you've also explained how it goes about, like how it starts, this number one step to where it goes. So, thank you so much for all the insights. And we are very grateful for you to sparing your precious time and sharing your views, your suggestions, your advices, and answering our questions. Thank you to both the panelists. And I'm sure it was a value addition for both the parents and the students as well. And I thank all our viewers for joining us today on Facebook and other social media platforms for posting their queries and for their love and support. We will see you soon. Till then, take care, stay healthy. Goodbye.
thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.